Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Daniel Dominguez and today we're going to be looking at the suburb of Wahroonga in the Ku-ring-gai Council. So we'll be covering a few things. To start with, we're going to be looking at the population forecast and also the housing supply in the area. We're then going to jump into the statistics and have a look at some of the numbers from the suburb that we are looking at. And we're also going to be looking at what opportunities are available in the suburb of Wahroonga, and probably what are the things that you should be looking at. And lastly, we're going to be looking at some of the potential deals available right now that are for sale and that you could be looking at based on all the things that we're going to be covering out today. So looking at the council website, we're having a look at how do they forecast the population and the dwelling chains for the next 15 years. So it's quite interesting to see that there is a forecast for 25,000 additional residents, 10,000 different additional dwellings. And those dwellings are mostly apartments and townhouses, and most of them are coming in four specific areas. So we have the precinct of Tarahumara, St. Ives, Gordon, and Lindfield. So all those four areas are probably the areas that are going to see most of those new 10,000 dwellings. All the growth is coming out of medium and high density dwellings. And looking at Varunga is not flagged as one of those four spots. So we'll be covering some statistics. Looking at 3, 4, and 5 bedroom houses, you can see there is a quite big spread between the entry level and the medium and even the high end of the market. So take, for example, a 4-bedroom house, medium being around 2.4 million. You can see that an entry level it's around the 1.6, and you can get 4-bedroom house all the way up to the 4 million. So there is a big sort of wide spread in there. The structure of the suburb and the population, there hasn't been a massive growth of people between 2011 2016, but you can see that the number of houses have slightly increased between the two different census, and you can see the majority of the housing has 4 bedrooms configuration. Now we'll have a look at the scoring from the knock-knock.today application and some of the statistics from the website as well. We're getting a score of 46%, mainly on the back of a couple of strong points, such as a very high number of owners versus people that are renting. Average growth for the last 3 years has been quite strong. The auction clearance data is still quite strong. Some medium scores there around days in the market, population forecast, and the number of properties sold versus the properties for sale. It doesn't really rate quite well around stock on market, vendor discount, gross rental yield, and vacancy rates. When you look at the medium, you can see that for the past 3 years, we have had a growth on the medium. So hovering around the 2 million mark for a while, and then that jumped all the way to past 2.5 million. And that just sort of seems to have plateaued and potentially come down now the interest rates are going up. The high end of the market still have some lags, but that should sort of come down and start falling, what you can see with the medium and the low end of the market. We can see the number of properties for sale has now dropped off compared to last year. And we also can see that the stock on market has sort of remained around 1.5 to 2. Now we are just a little bit over 1.5% of the houses available for sale. Days on the market seems to be sort of fluctuating a little bit, and we're just coming back up now, but that's still a sort of a good result. Vacancy rates is still sort of hovering around the 1.5%. So where are the big opportunities for you here in the suburb of Wahroonga? Given this very high spread between the medium and the high-end price on 3, 4, and 5 bedroom houses, between 57, 66, and 101%, that allows enough margin for renovation and potentially a knockdown and rebuild. So if you look at 3, 4, and 5 bedroom houses, there is definitely enough spread in there to look at potential house for a reno and trying to bring the value of that property up. So if you're buying something either below the medium or a lower configuration bedroom and potentially adding an additional bedroom or bringing that property up to a higher standard, there could be some upside in there for you. The same thing is flagging for knockdown and rebuild. So you could potentially buy a rundown house. Let's say if you buy a sort of something on the low end on the 3-bedroom configuration, if you knock that down and build a high-end 4 or 5-bedroom house there, then there is a big spread there for you to potentially make an upside as well. So given that the population is definitely growing and supply will remain constrained for houses, because we can see that most of the new dwellings are going to be medium to high density type of dwellings. There is definitely scope for growth with houses in the suburb of Varunga and also around the LGA. So on the back of the capability from the Knock Knock Today application, I have picked 6 different properties that are being shortlisted with potential for us to have a further look. Property number 1, number 182 Fox Valley Road in Wahroonga. 653 square meters of land, and this property is being flagged in 3 different filters that we have on the application. It is at least 10% below the median price for a 3-bedroom house at advertised at 1.495. There is also a flag for renovation, and there is also the flag for a knockdown and rebuild. Let's have a look at some of the details. Property seems to be a solid brick construction in some sort of slope block. You can see there is a bit of a fall to the back of the house. Some dated kitchen, that's the backyard, a single car garage, and the 3 bedrooms configuration in there, and there is a bit of a backyard. So scope here is potentially a renovation or knocking down and rebuild, and just making sure that you crunch your numbers. Property number 2, number 29 Barton Crescent in Varunga. The price guide is between 1.7 and 1.82. The property has 942 square meters of land, and that's the reason why we're picking up one of the flags here, which is a larger block of land. And the other flag that we have is potentially a knockdown and rebuild. But let's have a look, because it could be other things that we can explore. Looking at the pictures, we have a solid brick construction house that has a bit of a backyard. The kitchen seems to be not too old, so seems to be actually okay. We have big sizable bedrooms. The bathroom seems to be quite up to date as well, and not, this one probably needs a little bit of updating. The bedrooms seems to be quite big. It's probably just decoration in terms of having maybe a new carpet could help as well. So looking at the configuration of the house within the land, you can see the house is situated towards the back. That's most likely is because of some slope in the land. But you can see that we have the bedrooms probably running at the side here, with the living areas at this side. Let's have a look at deal number 3. It is an opportunity for a construction. So this block of land on number 5 Mutame Street in Wahroonga is a fairly decent sized block at 872 square meters. It has the flag for buy land and build. And so this listing seems to have a DA approved for a construction of a house. This is just a rendered picture of what probably has been approved by council. This could be a display home, but just give you some sense of the block and the neighboring lots. And this is the design of what has been approved. So we have a garage, home theater, a study, and 3 bedrooms and a rumpus on the ground level. And on the top, we have family and the master bedroom. Deal number 4. Well, number 9, Terrell Avenue in Wahroonga has 912 square meters, so fairly big block of land. Is being picked up by 3 different flags. However, that's on the guidance of the auction. So at 1.9, it does have the flag as being at least 10% below the medium for a 5-bedroom house in the area. It also picks up the renovation and the knockdown and rebuild strategy. So property seems to be up to date. So renovation is probably not in the cards here. Even in the numbers sort of flag, you could potentially do a few things around the house to improve, but it seems to be quite refreshed. Even the bedrooms look okay, fairly big master, ensuite. So in my view here, I think the biggest opportunity would be around securing this house below the medium and potentially doing some renovation for an upside to try to improve the value a little bit further. Property number 5. Number 109 Roland Avenue in Varunga. This 4-bedroom house is coming up for auction and has a price guide of $2 million. With that guidance, it picks up 3 different flags. So it picks up the flag at least 10% below the medium for a 4-bedroom house. It has the flag for renovation and potentially knockdown and rebuild. Quite refreshed. The kitchen seems to be up to date and looks fairly newish as well. The living area seems to be good, but bedroom seems to be quite spacious. Bathroom is up to date and looks very nice as well. Backyard is looking good, and the deck at the back seems to be a nice covered area for entertainment. So looking at the configuration of the house, we can see at the upper ground level we have 3 bedrooms and living areas, and then the lower ground we have a bigger bedroom, a rumpus, and some covered decking area with some laundry and a storage. So the house is situated in the middle of the block of land, and it seems to have a bit of a slope looking from the pictures. And I would say the opportunity on this one is potentially securing the property below the medium on the auction, or even before or after the auction, because a renovation and a knockdown is not on the cards given the state of the property that seems to be quite in a good state. Property number 6, number 16 Maratha Avenue, Wahroonga. 942 square meters of land, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, coming up for auction at the guide of 2.5 mil. So this property is picking up 2 of our flags. First one has been in a large block of land, which give us some options on what to do with it if the land permits. And also it has the flag of being at least 10% below the median of a 5-bedroom house within the suburb. The house seems to be well maintained. The living areas are quite bright and spacious. The kitchen seems to be okay. Could probably do with some new appliances. The deck has a portion that's covered and a portion that's not covered. Another living area in there with the stairs probably going up to the 2nd level. Nice big bedrooms. Bathroom could be updated. Swimming pool. So looking at the configuration, we seem to have like an older style house with a lot of partitions. So we have a family area, dining, living, lounge, and kitchen with all the bedrooms at the top, and some storage and another rumpus or a 5th bedroom on the lower ground level. So I think the opportunity here is potentially for a renovation. If you can secure this house below the medium and updating the bathroom, the kitchen, and potentially opening up some of those living areas, you could bring the value up of this property, which seems to be fairly decent size in a fairly big block of land. So it's probably worth checking out the opportunity of doing a renovation. while securing this property for a good price. And I would say a good price being below the medium for a 5-bedroom house. I hope you liked the video today. And if you did, please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. If you did enjoy any of the listings that you saw here today, have a look at the description below and all the links are in there. Contact the agents, make sure you arrange an inspection and have a look at the properties a little bit further. If you are a serious buyer, make sure that you're finance ready and do your due diligence on each one of those deals that you have a look at. Have a chat with your conveyancer and solicitor, organize building and pass inspection before you make that offer. That brings us to the end of the video today. You can try our application Knock Knock and subscribe to our newsletter in the link at the description below as well. That's it. Thank you, guys.